Well, the socialite murder trial is heating up now. Pamela Phillips charged with plotting the murder of her ex-husband, Gary Triano. Prosecutors say she wanted his $2 million life insurance policy to keep up a very lavish lifestyle, and that she hired a hitman to plant a bomb in her ex-husband's car. Well, the victim's niece took the stand discussing her relationship with her uncle, as well as the surprise party planned for him the night he died.
Was there an event that you were supposed to go to?
His surprise birthday party.
It was his surprise birthday party?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was something that was planned for that Friday evening?
Yes.
Do you know if your Uncle Gary knew, you said surprise, do you know if he knew it was actually happening or not?
No, I don't believe that he knew.
Let's bring in our legal panel today. Heather Hansen, trial attorney, and Phil Snyder, a criminal defense attorney. Nice to have you both with us as we continue to follow the play-by-play of this trial. Heather, we're going to hear from yet another family member today, potentially Gary Triano's daughter. So What is the prosecution attempting to do here by having all these relatives come and testify?
Well, the daughter is going to be very important, Jenna. She actually had filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Phillips and is going to be awarded $10 million if Phillips ever comes into any money. So she has a lot of anger towards Phillips. She feels very strongly that Phillips is the one who committed this murder, and she's going to be have a lot of animosity when you see her testify today.
So, Phil, knowing that, you're a criminal defense guy, how would you prepare for that testimony today?
Well, a lot of their testimony is much ado about nothing. All they're doing is saying that there was a note inside Ron Young's vehicle, and that note somehow links Pamela Phillips to the murder. So they're just kind of building the background, setting the table. But in the end, there's really no substantive evidence that they're presenting that links her specifically to the murder of her husband.
Some of our viewers may not know who Ron Young is. Ron Young is the man convicted of the murder of Gary Triano. He's currently behind bars. Heather, an important point here, though. What will the jury know about Ron Young?
Well, while in the jury panel, when they were talking to the jury panel, they were told that Ron Young had been convicted for this murder, but they're supposed to put that out of their minds. We ask jurors to do that all the time. We ask them to forget things like that and to put aside sympathy. And it's a really, really difficult thing to do. It's going to be very hard for this jury to just forget that this person's been convicted of this murder.
And that's one of the strategy points for the defense as well, Phil, that they're trying to say, listen, not only was Pamela Phillips not involved in this murder, but maybe Ron Young didn't even do it. Maybe somebody else did it. That's what the defense wants to do. What do you think about that strategy?
Oh, absolutely. It's a great defense. First of all, this insurance policy is $2 million. $2 million in Aspen buys you a hamburger and fries and maybe a small condo. So that's first off. Second of all, this individual had many, many individuals that wanted him dead, including mafia ties, former debts, other things that people wanted him dead. There are other people that had motivation to kill him, and I think that the defense is going to focus on that and saying that, yes, he's one possible suspect, but there's many other suspects that could be responsible for his death.
And Heather, we're seeing Pamela Phillips on the screen right now. She was actually arrested overseas in Europe. She was in a luxury hotel when she was arrested so many years after the murder, the alleged murder of her ex-husband. Now, there's been a lot of time the prosecution has spent on describing that she's a money-strapped, money-desperate, money-grubbing woman. But have they been successful in suggesting that she hated her ex-husband or was so angry or so wanted the money that she was willing to kill him?
No, and I agree with Phil. That's all they have. All that they have is motive, and even the motive is a stretch. A $2 million life insurance policy is a stretch. That's why they're trying so hard to make the jury dislike her. You know, they're only calling 33 witnesses while the defense is calling 103. That's unusual, wow. And it shows where the defense here is really trying to just instill reasonable doubt with every witness.
And Phil, talk to us about that. That must be a strategy as well, as Heather's bringing up more than 100 witnesses.
Of course, they're going to paint her as this nice, loving, caring, wonderful mother who, by the way, the defense is that, you know, this insurance policy that she was paying, that's quite common for an individual that has support obligations owing to her from alimony and child support to continue to pay a life insurance policy. So they're going to paint her as a nice, loving, caring individual woman, and that she had no motivation to kill her husband, whereas other individuals had plenty of motivation to kill her husband.
And because she was the one paying the life insurance policy throughout the years, that's one of the things that the prosecution says is her motive for wanting the payout eventually. Heather, Phil, great to see you both. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Jenna.